So, we've all done that, right? So I want to introduce what we're going to be doing with that. So, has everyone seen this memorial? Everyone heard about it? No? So this is a memorial here in Westminster that was created to honor those who fought in the Vietnam War. So the American soldiers and the South Vietnamese soldiers, who a lot of them have moved here and live in this community, right? So, near this, the city council called Gorsuch last night. He told me about this, and I was really surprised by it. But they want to create a new memorial to honor the progressive presidents. They can't honor all of them, so they want to honor the most progressive, the most accomplished out of all of them. So, they want you, the students of Westminster High School, to create that monument. So, before we go into the details of that, we need to figure out which president we're going to pick. So we're going to separate into our groups of 6, and I want you to talk and pick who you think is the most accomplished out of the progressive presidents, okay? So go ahead and do that. We'll give you 10 minutes to do that. The groups of 6. So this group, this group, this group, and this group. And then Susanna, you're going to be welcome in this group right here.
No.
Child labor for mine.
The environment and the, I'm like, the kind here. For us to fight monopoly, the environment and then like the label there.
Product of manufacturing the monopoly shoe, expanding the executive branch, and then also child labor. Which is like really creative thing.
Woodrow Wilson? Okay. Why do you think Woodrow Wilson? Sounds like a good president. You gotta be able to argue it, right? You don't want to go to the city council. Whatever, I don't care. Be able to argue it.
I'll take yours.
Okay, what else? Only for the thing about use. So then why do you want to pick Winston?
Roosevelt was really close to that.
I mean, it's not just the hate, but if you're going to pick him, you want to be able to argue it, right? So you're picking Roosevelt? Okay, why Roosevelt?
Oh yeah. What's the answer to my
You still don't like it?
So you guys are sure they're good every year. Progressive stuff. Hey guys, if you're choosing any of these presidents, remember it's progressive achievements. It's their stuff here in America. So with Woodrow Wilson, if anybody's thinking about it, we don't want to talk about World War I at all. Okay? So we're just talking about what's going on here. Okay? If anybody's thinking about it.
So who's going? Roosevelt? And why Roosevelt?
Yeah, we really liked the reforms he did and care about the environment.
He was also really close to that, where he kind of ended child labor, so he was really because Roosevelt had been more accomplishments than that.
should be able to pull out, make a copy, and then you can take notes on this through that copy. And then Emily?
It strengthened existing railroad regulations.
All right, so it strengthened regulation of the railroads. How did it do that?
Increased the size of the Interstate Commerce Commission
Okay,
from 5 to 7 members.
anything else?
We gave the ICC the power to establish maximum railroad rates.
There you go, right? That's what we're looking for. So it set a maximum for railroad rates. What does that mean? It means how much can the railroads charge people, right? If they're charging $1 million to use the railroads, is anyone going to use the railroads? No, right? We don't want that. We don't want to be ripped off. So it sets a maximum rate or fee that the railroads can charge people. And what problem do you think this is fixing? Who's using the railroads right here? Farmers, right? So farmers have to get their animals, their products, the crops from the rural areas all the way up to the urban areas, the cities, right? And they got to use railroads for that. And if they're being charged a lot, then they're not going to be able to get it there. So this is to really help protect the farmers. And I heard someone over here say monopolies. What did you mean by that? Exactly. So the Hepburn Act helped to fight the monopolies of the railroads because the railroads were all controlled by one person. Does anyone know who that person was? I don't know if this was talked about. Vanderbilt? Is that name familiar? Yeah. So Vanderbilt had control of the railroads. All right. So moving on, we have the United States Forest Service. Anyone want to take a guess at what their job was? Preservation of what? That's a great answer, right? The United States Forest Service was to protect forests, right? Nice and simple. But they also protected natural resources, so like the grasslands, wetlands, all of that, our trees. And can anyone else tell me what they did? It helped create really big parks. The national parks, exactly. Does anyone know any of the national parks? Yosemite. Any others? What was that? Yellowstone, exactly. So all those parks were created because of this government agency. So the United States Forest Service is a government agency that creates national parks and protects forests. Now, why do we need that? What's the problem that's going on right now? Can anyone say? Urbanization? What's urbanization doing?
Destroying natural habitat?
Yeah. Deforestation, exactly. So, people got to have places to live. What are they going to do? They're going to cut down trees so they can make those places. They need houses. What do they need? They need wood to build the houses. So all of this that's happening is destroying our trees. And do you all know that trees are really important for us? They do this thing called photosynthesis. Ask your science teachers about that because I don't know much about it. But it helps us breathe. It produces oxygen for us to breathe because that's what we need to live. So trees are important. And if we don't have them, we're all going to die. So we got to make sure to have them. Moving on, we have the Pure Food and Drug Act. Now, anyone should be able to tell me this. What is it? No one? Okay. Jose?
It was an act to basically make sure that the food was not made with anything that was contaminated. Like basically making sure that everything is trying to find the word like clean, but like there's another word for it. I'm trying to find like sanitary.
Sanitary, yeah.
Yeah.
Healthy, right? We don't want to be eating rat poop. I mean, maybe someone in here does, but I don't, right? So, the Pure Food and Drug Act, does anyone know what year it was established? 1906, which was the same year as what was written? The Jungle. Think about that, right? That's very important to know. So, it helped make sure that food was healthy, clean, sanitary. What else? It's the other part of the name. So, food and drugs, medicine, right?